I'm Jenny with Dixie Belle Furniture, and today I'm going to show you what to do with a piece that's spent a little too long in the basement. Maybe it's got that musty odor to it, maybe you had a cat living in it, or maybe it's going to do bleed through if you paint it white. So let me show you how to use Boss to get a finish that you love. So today I'm working on this old wardrobe. I actually took it apart and turned it into a shelving unit. And it's a really cool piece. It's got great details and I really want to turn it into something special, but it really did live for too long in the basement of an old house. And I don't know if you can see on the side, but it's pretty grimy. There's some mildew that you can see. The top is really dirty and dusty, and then it does kind of have just that little bit of a musty smell. So we need to be sure to take care of that before we even apply paint. And to do that, I'm going to use a product called Boss. This is from Dixie Belle, and it is kind of like a primer, but what it does is it seals in any odors, anything that has the potential for bleed through, and just gives you a nice surface so you're ready for paint. I am going to paint this in Fluff, which is a nice creamy white. And because I'm going with such a light color, I do want to be sure that there's no bleed through that happens on this piece. So we're going to give this a nice covering of Boss, and it'll just prepare us and give us the best surface and the best start so we can finish our piece and make it look perfect. Can you see the side here, how it has that white mildew? This is often what happens if something's been sitting in a basement or somewhere where there's a lot of moisture. It just builds up like this. It's not a problem, but we do need to clean it off properly before we just start to paint it. So that's what Boss is going to do for us. First, we're going to clean it really well and then give it a coat of Boss, which is just going to seal it in and protect it and give that paint something to really stick to. So if you got something that looks like this, don't be afraid of it. We can fix it. So let's get started here. The first thing I'm going to do is just clean it. It's already built out the way I want it, but I do need to be sure to clean it, get all the dust off, get as much dirt and grime off as I can. So to do that, I'm going to use White Lightning, and I just have it mixed in a spray bottle with some water here. We're going to spray down the whole thing, and then using gloves, clean it really well. And then do one more coat of a rinse of just plain water. So let's do that. Okay, the piece is cleaned. So again, I used a spray down with White Lightning and then one spray down with just plain water and cleaned it off, and it is dry and we got a ton of dirt off. So already this is looking so much better. So now let's move on to the Boss. Because this is such a big flat surface piece, I'm going to use a roller just to kind of speed the process up. This can go on with a roller or a brush, either way, and I've got a little Dixie Belle Mini, and I'm going to use that to get in the details and just kind of smooth out in case I see any roll marks with the roller. Now here's the deal with Boss. It is white in the container, but it's going to dry clear. So when we put it on, it's kind of got a milky finish to it, but when it dries, it's going to be completely clear, which is really nice if you're going to do any distressing. It's going to be easier to get through. You're still going to be able to see the wood underneath the paint. So here I've just got a roller, and this is a pretty fluffy roller, which is fine. Kind of anything you got will be fine. I'm just going to roll it on all over. take out any of the kind of the orange peel marks that the roller makes. So I'm just going to take my brush over it just once to smooth it out, and that will just help this process go a lot faster. All right, I'm just gonna keep doing exactly what I've been doing, and you can see, I don't know if you can see in this place over here, there's a few spots where you can see the color immediately start to come through. That's how you know you did a good job picking a stain blocker before you paint, because otherwise you put that white paint on there and it would immediately start turning yellow or pink. So we did a good job picking the stain blocker for this piece. I'm just gonna finish it up, let it dry, and we'll be back for paint. Okay, the Boss is dry. You let it dry for about an hour, and then it's a really interesting finish. It is the flattest finish ever, but it's clear, so you can still see all the wood through it, but it's just like super, super flat. So really interesting finish on here, but it will give us a great surface for the paint to stick to now. Now I am going to use fluff on this one. Again, it is just a really pretty warm white color. So we're going to apply it the same way that we did the Boss. I'm going to use a roller just because this is a big flat piece, and then use the brush to just even it out and get in all of the little detail areas. I'm just going to pour it on a paper plate. done, and we're just gonna let this dry. I'll come back in with a second coat just to hit the spots that need a little bit more. Again, the coverage is really good, but there are definitely a few places that will need a second coat. And then I am gonna distress this piece. It has a lot of details and textures that I want to bring out, as well as it just wasn't in that great of shape to start with, so I want to distress it, kind of give it a nod to how old it is. So I'll do that, and the key to distressing with Dixie Belle is just to don't let it dry overnight if you can help it. Let it dry, give it like an hour, and then come in and distress, and it's a little bit easier to do at that point. When this is all finished, I'll be back to show you final pictures in just a second. Thanks so much for hanging out. Want to try Dixie Belle products out yourself? Leave a comment below telling us what your next project would be. I'll pick a winner and announce it in the next video. We'll send you $75 worth of Dixie Belle products. Good luck!